Hey everyone, I'm Frenzy the Killbot. I have Cletus and Swordfish with me.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to Let's Play A Story About My Uncle. This game is a fair bit different than anything else I've LP'd before. I guess Firewatch is going to be the closest analog. But it's just kind of a nice platformer game.
I'm already down with the music.
It does have very nice music.
Very soothing.
Yes. Anyway, let's get started and then we'll talk about it.
Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared. I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
Okay, so yeah, this whole game is framed as a bedtime story, being told to a little girl. This game came out in 2014, so it's not that old. I got it because Steam recommended it to me during a Steam sale because I like Portal. And at the time I was sort of going through a kick of playing like puzzle platformer type games, so I gave it a shot and I just really enjoyed it.
I think everybody liked Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would if you didn't warn me ahead, I would have thought that maybe this was a horror.
It's not.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
But like there's nothing to indicate that it's fun yet and like light.
No, that is fair. Right there, respond to Nathan. That's probably Nathan Drake from the Uncharted games.
Nice.
Yeah, this starting area has like a whole bunch of little Easter eggy type things.
I saw the turn the valve with the valve logo.
Yeah, that's in there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
This guy has not heard of a bulletin board.
No,
He just slams things on the walls.
He very much has that eccentric inventor vibe where he just kind of posts things wherever.
Who puts a post-it note on the wall like a foot off the ground?
So I just want to go back, speaking of Portal, because this game actually had a really, really similar development cycle in that it was built by a bunch of students as a project. This BioShock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Built by a bunch of students, and then it won some awards. And so it got picked up by a development company so they could flesh it out into sort of a full game.
Nice. Game Boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The brick.
Yeah, that's a fun little prop.
I didn't know Portal started that way. That's cool.
Is that a gun beside it?
No.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
I haven't tracked down all these.
Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
That's Banff, right?
The closest thing I could find to there is Prince George, which is, yes, near Banff.
And that's Grand Canyon then in the US?
Oh, that would make sense. I thought it was near Vegas.
The left one, yeah.
Yeah, lots of little things in this starting area, although I don't know who would sign a card, your brother, without a name.
So is this like a reliable narrative? Is this like...
It's a story, right? I just love this. This is my favorite placeholder element ever.
Just a blank diploma.
Yeah. It's fantastic. So that is actually a really good question there, Swordfish. It's a little hard to tell at this point. Because, I mean, we are seeing things happen, but it is a bedtime story, so we'll have to wait and see. So a couple of those post-it notes were talking about a disposal system, and I guess this is Uncle Fred's latest invention. I like negatives. Where does it all go?
I like the convenient and environment friendly. Probably?
Question mark? Yeah.
And we all know what atom has 3 protons and 3 electrons, right?
I mean, to be honest, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's okay.
You're not going to tell us?
No.
Rude.
I had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me.
Chief, wake up.
I love all the blueprints lying around.
I feel like you could spend a long time just reading all of these random notes.
Yeah, so I mean, I did do that, and then I tried to cut it down to things that were at least interesting. But there is a lot more that I skipped over or didn't take a close look at.
That's fair.
The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
I gotta say, how awesome would it be to live in this kind of place? With an observatory.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
It would make for a fun house.
Yeah, where you could do all the mad science you want. And yeah, the pad launches us into the sky.
Whee!
I landed with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home.
Okay, so we're in the...
that's his garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. The clock still works somehow. Now we're into the game proper. That last section was just the start. We have no idea where we are. This is a weird place.
Some runes.
Yes.
And that rune was on one of the post-it notes.
Mm-hmm.
He circled and had again on it.
Yep. And it's our HUD, our cursor.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I also did not notice that.
It's right in the center of the screen, boys.
Jeez Louise.
I
guess that's a testament to the game. I want to look everywhere but the cursor.
Yeah, that's good. Also some weird writing.
I think that says Domino's.
I
Domino's
know
pizza.
we said keep it light, but I just watched Midsummer and runes featured heavily in it. It's not light movie though, so
I might watch it today though.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
Earlier, when we land and he says, "Oh, thanks to the suit, I wasn't hurt," it again reminds me of Portal. This game has no fall damage, and apparently when Portal was in development, people kept asking, like, how come you don't take damage when you hit the ground? So they added these metal brackets to the character model, like by her feet, and then people just stopped asking. Like, they didn't.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like they never had to explain it or anything. Just them being there, people just stopped asking the question.
Those are the ones that, like, the guy who had his legs cut off, or like he was like Paralympics who could run with
Yes.
them.
Yeah. I forget what they're called, but
They're called
Yeah,
blades.
are they?
I was sure
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
had been here before me.
Yeah,
the
they-
first guy they call Blade Runner.
Power of these
Yeah,
things.
that's right.
Who-
Pistorius.
where were they?
Yeah, Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah. So this area is obviously sort of a tutorial. There aren't that many actual controls in this game. So there's like a long jump and a high jump. Also some collectibles. Get ready for that.
Ah, yeah.
Here we go.
A strange gizmo. Some sort of measuring tool that Fred must have built. It seemed to be done measuring, though, so I took the results to give to Fred.
What a responsible young boy.
Yeah. He likes helping his uncle.
I think it's so that he doesn't get in trouble.
Like I say, if one of my uncles was a crazy mad scientist / inventor, I'd probably be wanting to help him too.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when you live in the dead of winter.
Yes. It's probably Sweden in the winter too, so that's real cold.
Oh, yeah.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
Goulash.
Goulash.
Cold canned goulash.
I could see Malk Sticky eating that.
Yeah, probably.
Loves his cabbage.
I also haven't seen tube food before. Even like for hiking and backpacking, I've never really seen tube food.
You've seen like those energy packs for like marathoners though, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he invented the tube food.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And,
The power core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle.
So this is the main sort of, I guess you could say, gimmick of the game, is that you have a grappling device that lets
That's
you...
fun.
Yeah, this is what lets you sort of, cover long distances. I do sort of hesitate to call this a puzzle platformer, but you do sometimes need to figure out how exactly you're going to get from place to place with the grapple device.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Yes, it leaves the symbol every time we do it.
Oh. So that's how you can follow your uncle.
Exactly. We can see where he
You're
has
looking
been.
for those symbols.
Oh. That makes sense.
I like that yours is littler than his.
Yeah. We have the child-size adventure suit.
Kind of an irresponsible uncle, if you think about it.
Oh yes, big time. Although the narrator said he'd never seen it before, so maybe his uncle was making it for him, but didn't actually intend for him to be here.
That's true.
But I suppose if you leave the door unlocked, that's effectively the same thing.
Yeah, and make a suit that fits a child.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe it's just their culture.
I suppose it could be. The next couple little tutorial sections are just kind of giving you an opportunity to mix different of the movement abilities together. Ooh.
Barely.
I should say this game isn't exactly hard. Like, I wouldn't say it's difficult or challenging. As I said before, it's not really a puzzle game. You can see those glowing symbols where you're supposed to go. Not always, but most of the time. Yeah, I don't exactly know what to say. Like, the fun of this game doesn't come from it being difficult. It's just kind of, I don't know.
It's just a nice story and some fun gameplay.
Yeah, it's easy to pick up and play and just kind of explore the neat environment. Environments, I should say.
I'm loving it. This is such, like... This is the opposite of Rust right here.
Yeah. That is very accurate. This is sort of an interesting twist, is that we've seen all these floating rocks before, but sometimes you can grapple to them and it'll actually drag you around. And that gets you into all sorts of interesting places.
I'm going to ask you a meta question. Do you get all the achievables?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Not like all of them, because some of them involve doing perfect runs on every map, and I don't do that. Despite having said the game isn't really challenging, it's still sort of finicky enough that even once you know what you're doing, messing up jumps happens.
See, this looks like fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff like this, and there's a little secret over here.
Just helicoptering.
Just wait, this is still the tutorial.
True.
But I guess, sort of, to go back and answer your question, I do get all the collectibles, and any challenge the game gives, I do complete. Just not perfect runs.
As I would have expected.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Every time I do a game that has collectibles, I say to myself, this time, I'm not going to do it. And it never works out.
300 pigeons later.
Well, it looks like kind of the perfect game for the time we live in currently.
Uh-huh.
Nice and relaxing. Something you can, like, pick up and do, right?
Yep.
And I find that most of the games that I hear talked most about these days are games like that.
Just kind of relaxing,
Like-
easygoing games.
Or just, like, games you can jump in and out. Like, Hades is one that I have know a lot of people are talking about right now, which is just a Switch platformer.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
I got
cool.
recommended that one again yesterday.
Yeah, I want it bad, but I want to get
A Switch.
a Switch first,
Yeah.
obviously, and then like Spelunky 2, which is another same vein, but the difficulty is amped up. So
So we did pick up another power core there. we can now grapple twice. Touching the ground is what resets it. So sometimes you have to let...
Yeah, I didn't know that you could only do it once before.
Okay, yeah. On the back of the hand there, you can see the little lights. That tells you how many grapples you have left, although it's pretty easy just to sort of keep track of.
Yeah,
2.
I can count to 2.
Yep. I still like the HUD element, though. It's neat.
I'm not working, I'm not counting. So, presumably you can get 3.
Yes, you can. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, sometimes you have to sort of let go of one grapple and start another one to keep moving.
So far, maybe you're just making it easy, but I feel like I could be really, make this. Yeah, I feel like I'd be really good at this game.
Yeah, well, you should give it a shot.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is.
It is very fun. It's a very fun game to play. I am probably making it look slightly easy. I did practice a lot. But it's definitely possible to screw up even easy-looking jumps.
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were frog eggs. He was in for a surprise, though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them.
So those little, I don't want to call them cutscenes, but talking sections, there's a couple of them in every level, and they're optional. You don't have to go interact with them at all. You can just run right by if you're doing time trials or whatever.
Yeah, you're not going to get the world record on this one.
No, definitely not. This game does have a time trial mode, so there probably are records somewhere.
Oh, I actually would want to watch that, because normally they have some pretty clever glitches that, game breaking.
Shave a couple seconds off your run.
Yeah, I could definitely see some cool shortcuts in this game.
I don't know if you've seen, the Portal speedruns, but, they go through the walls, they don't do any puzzles.
Yeah.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
What about these Christmas lights?
Yeah, those are a little bit more obvious. But that's the end of the first level. So, yeah.
I like it.
Not much to say yet, so I guess just thanks for watching. See you next time.